everybody out there on YouTube. Bryson Michael here, and this is a new channel that I've created called Bryson Drives. And what we're going to be doing on this channel is about 2 years ago I started working for a job where I get access to a new vehicle once a month. And a long time ago I said, you know what, I should probably do reviews on these vehicles every time that I get a new vehicle, because I've gotten some pretty dang good vehicles out of the entire deal. So I know I've driven some badass cars, and these are all rental cars. They're all from the Hertz company itself. And the reason why I want to do reviews on these vehicles is because I heard from several people before I started renting from Hertz that Hertz was a terrible company to rent from, and they had terrible cars. And it was a common thing from where I was at, that Hertz was just a bad company to rent from. But in my experience, Hertz has been an amazing place to rent from, and they've given me some bad cars. In fact, a few months ago, they gave me a car that me and my son to this day still considered a spaceship, because it had so many gadgets and things on it. So what I'm going to be doing for you guys who rent cars, or company people, maybe people that work in oil fields that have to rent vehicles and things like that, I'm going to be doing a review on vehicles once a month. Once a month I will have a brand new vehicle that I will be doing a review on just for you. And right now we are in one of those very vehicles. This is a 2018 Kia Sportage. Is it an SUV? Is it a car? Is it a all-terrain vehicle? We'll let you guys decide. So, I just put 20 in the tank, you can see, and I was about a quarter full on gas. It was right about there. So that's what $20 will do in the tank. This thing does about 24 to 25 in town and about 32 to 34 on the highway, going about 65. So far I've driven 203.8 miles and I've still got quite a bit to go. What I'm gonna do, and I don't know exactly how to do all this stuff. This is moving around, so hold OK to reset. All right, so we're at 0. I'm gonna be driving probably a couple more 100 miles, and we're gonna see what this does on average. I'll show you the timer, and right now we're at 34,271 miles, and we're gonna see how this does. So it looks like this thing here just flips through the different things here. And then if you push this button up here on the top, it's those right up there along the top. So it goes your music, tire pressure, and then your user settings. So got all the settings and stuff right here, up and down. Your cruise control, you tap that for cruise to set the cruise, to turn the cruise on, and then you push this down to set it. To turn it off, you can either hit the brake or hit cancel. And then once you've set it, you can tap this down to make the mile go down and push it up to make it go up. So if you're going 65, suddenly you hit a 70, you can push this up 5 times. It goes 1 mile per time. So, and over here's your phone. Call, hang up. Looks like you push it into mute or your volume up and down. And then this is your mode for the stereo. So I'm gonna hit mode here, and you can see that we've got FM, FM2, AM. So we've got FM, FM2, AM, satellite 1, satellite 2, and satellite 3.
My point was not that this wasn't.
So, and then these are to kind of flip through the stations. So we're on AM, and I'm gonna push down, and it just basically goes to presets. So, or you can go up here and hit media, and that's my phone.
Intelligence failure
Bluetooth.
to the level
Super
of
easy to
WMD
set.
or 9/11. I'm saying that those were innocent mistakes and lapses.
So in conclusion, I've been driving this car for 2 days now, and I've taken it just on this one trip for today, and I'm still not home. I'm about 30 minutes away from home. I've taken it on over 300 miles just today. It was well over 300 miles yesterday. And I'll tell you what, One thing that I really love about this vehicle in particular is the way that it's set up. Your seat is higher off the ground, so you're not squat down. The seats are super comfortable, especially for long trips. And that's one of my biggest things, is when you get one of the smaller cars, one of the cheaper cars from Hertz, economy cars I think they are. The biggest problem with me is after a day of traveling, 300 miles or something like that. Sometimes I have to travel up to 600 miles. The seats in this are just, they push back in all the right places. They have comfort in all the right places. They're not overly comfortable, so they're not the most comfortable seats in the world, but they're just right. This is one of those vehicles, I think, that if you have a small family, 2 kids, and you and your wife or something, you and your husband, whatever you guys are, perfect vehicle. It's got quite a bit of space in the back that you can haul stuff in. So if you go to get groceries, or if you've got something a little bigger like a dresser, or maybe even a small twin bed or something that you want to put in the back, you can definitely do it. And then the back seats lay down really easily. You don't have to fight with them or anything. You just push a button, they lay down themselves. And you've got plenty of space. And then if you want to take the kids for a long trip, it's perfect. You've got air conditioning not only in the front for you, but there's also air conditioning vents in the back for whoever's sitting in the back. So say if you went a long trip with your family, you've got air conditioning in both. There's cup holders all around. There's 2 up front middle console cup holders plus 2 door cup holders, one on each side, of 1 cup holder per door. Plus in the back, same thing, 2 middle console cup holders plus the 2, so you can have a drink and a backup drink. Very easy to figure out. I've had some vehicles that I've rented that took me a while to figure out how to hook my phone up to the Bluetooth, because you have to jump through hoops basically. Not hard at all. It's got a button for the phone. You just push the phone and then connect via Bluetooth device and go into your phone and connect it. It's got up to 10 phones, and so if it's got more than 10, you've got to delete one. But still, 10 phones, that's pretty amazing. So you can hook it up to not only your phone, but you can hook it up to your significant other's phone, or if your kids are old enough to have phones, you can hook up their phones in it as well. Also, there's 12-volt connections, 2 in the front, along with an auxiliary cord and a USB cord in the front. There's a 12-volt hookup in the back. So if you're wanting to run a DVD player or something, and you can even get one of those 12-volt splicers where it's one 12-volt turned into 2 12-volts. You can run multiple things when you do that. So if your kids need to be entertained in the back, you've got a connection in the back. You don't have to run a cord all the way up front like a lot of vehicles. Long trips, children get very bored very quickly, and to keep them entertained is awesome. It's just an all-around very convenient vehicle. A very convenient vehicle, and it's got pretty low gas mileage. I mean, like I showed you earlier in the video, I put $20 in, and it got it up to 3/4 of a tank, which I was at a little under 1/4 of a tank. It got it up to 3/4 of the tank. And right now, since that point to now, I've gone 263.4 miles, and I'm only to 1/4 of a tank. I think in the 2 days that I've had this, I put $15 in the first day, over 300 miles I drove, and then I put $20 in today, which by the time that I'm done, it'll be over 300 miles that I've driven. So, I mean, over 600 miles driven and only $35. That's awesome. Very easy to use. I mean, all you have to do is sit in this car for a few minutes and kind of go through pushing the different buttons, and you figure it out really easily. So any idiot in the world would love this. There's not too many high-tech gadgets. Not much bad I can say about this car. I mean, if you want a sports car, if you want a sunroof, all these, if you want a high-tech vehicle, this isn't your bag. If you're a young person, you want a car that you can just show off to everybody and look at my nice vehicle, probably not the car. It's big enough that you have plenty of storage, where if you have a family, take groceries home and all that different stuff, it's big enough for you to store stuff in and to have a small family in, up to 5 people. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. You can have up to 5 people in this, but it's still a small enough vehicle that you don't have to be worried about running, you know, watching out for how the back swings or anything like that. But also a long trip vehicle. If you want to go to Hertz and rent a car and you're taking a long trip, you know, out of state, you're going from your state to another state, you're bringing your family with you, going on vacation, this car is super cheap. Super cheap. It's not one of the high-end ones. It's one of the low-end cars that you can get, and it's plenty of leg room, comfortable seats. You're not going to get cramped. Your back's not going to hurt. I mean, it's just a very, very comfortable car. You're going to spend less money on gas. You're going to be in less pain when you get to your final destination, less wore out, because when you drive for long distances, sometimes it's stressful, especially through interstates and things like that, and you get kind of stressed out that finally when you get to your destination, all you want to do is kind of check into your hotel and call it a day. And you know what I mean? This one, I get home after 9 hours on the road, 8-9 hours on the road, and I still have plenty of energy to do plenty of things. It doesn't have heated seats, so I mean that's kind of a con if you're looking for something with a little bit more tech and stuff into it. It does not have heated seats. I love heated seats on really, really cold days. Oh, I guess one of the cons in it is the seats, how they move up and down and back and forth. It's got the old style, so this is a low-tech vehicle right here, this particular model. And in the front, it's got that little lever that you pull up and slide the seat forward and backwards. And then on the side, it's got the little lever that you pull up to put the seat back and forward. And then it's got you pump it to go up and down and such. So it doesn't have the buttons on the side. This is a 2018. You know, sometimes people go, it's a 2018 vehicle, it should have all the automated seat stuff. Jesus, you know what I mean? But because all that stuff came out in like the 80s, you could push buttons and move car seats up and down in the 80s. Anyways, I hope you guys enjoyed this. If you guys are coming over from my channel, Bryson Michael RC, I hope you guys enjoy my new channel. We'll be putting out a brand new vehicle once a month, so it's not going to be an overloaded channel with a ton of material. It's just going to have one video once a month between the 20th and 25th of every month. I haven't decided. I don't think I'm going to have a specific date. I'm just going to do it within the 20th and 25th frame. But once a month we'll have a new car that we're going to be reviewing and showing you guys. These cars are rented from the Hertz rental company, and just kind of showing you, offering you guys kind of a look into the vehicles that are available to rent in case you want to rent a specific vehicle or request a specific vehicle. Let me know in the comments if you guys want me to show you guys how to do specific things in here, because there is 2 vehicles that I know of off the top of my head that whenever I do rent them again, I'm going to try to rent them the next few times. I'm not 100% sure because I typically don't pick out my vehicle. I try to get a new one. I try to tell them I just want something different because I like the variety. But I know these 2 vehicles that I really do want to get because I want to show you guys how to do the Bluetooth, because one of them took me like an entire day to figure out how to do the Bluetooth. It was that complicated. This one's not. I don't think I'm going to show you guys any how-tos in this vehicle because I don't think it's necessary. It's so easy. It is that easy. It's not necessary to show you any how-to. But if you guys want to see how-to stuff on some of the other vehicles, let me know. I think I'm going to try to get as much footage as I possibly can. I'm for sure going to do a review video, but I'm going to try to get enough footage in these videos that if you guys request a how-to, I will have it. And the more questions that you guys have, the more I'll be able to address in reviews. So if you guys want me to talk about the engine, if you guys want me to talk about mileage and things like that, I mentioned mileage at the beginning of the video. If you want me to mention mileage or anything like that, then for sure leave me a comment. Hit that like and subscribe button. If you're watching this video, if you have this car, make leave a comment too, so anybody can come over, just leave a comment saying I have this car. That way, in case anybody does rent this car or ends up buying this car, maybe they can ask you questions that they have about the car. I think that would be awesome to have a community of people that can just answer questions for each other, because I'm not going to be able to answer too much after I take the car back. We'll see you guys later. Y'all have a good one. Oh, and go check out Bryson Michael RC if you like 3D printing stuff. I just finished up the Iron Man 3D print, and then I'm starting on the Stormtrooper 3D print. I'm actually almost done 3D printing it, and I haven't put out one video yet, but I'm gonna try to do it all at once type of thing. A little bit more organized than the last one, and I think that if I do the video not while I'm printing it, but while I'm doing specific things, then it'll make the video a little bit less chaotic like the Iron Man videos were. But anyways, we'll see you guys later. Y'all have a good one.